You've worked hard to get to where you are now. You were different before, and now you've changed a lot. Life has shaped you through your experiences, and that's why your gaze and your stance have transformed. Those who once disregarded you now fear you. A single look from you is enough to make them tremble. If you type 77 in the comments, everything you've heard until the end of this video will come true and elevate you. When you hand over the valuable aspects of your life to those who constantly overlook them, you give up on yourself. The endless effort you put in leaves no impact on the other side and often leads them to expect even more. The value of what you give disappears the moment it becomes easily accessible. Every time you try to make them notice you, hoping they'll finally understand, you find yourself retreating further. To such people, you are not a person but a resource, always available, always within reach. This is not a simple misunderstanding. It is a cycle that drains you, allowing them to remain at the center of their own universe. When you let your worth be defined solely by someone else's approval, you relinquish your own power. Continually molding yourself to fit others' expectations diminishes your significance. This is a form of passive surrender. They see it only as a convenience because you've given them that space. You've shown them, time and again, that there's no consequence to placing you second, but the truth is crystal clear. Relying on the awareness of those who fail to see your worth silences your inner voice. Setting boundaries is not just about keeping people out. It's about reassessing whom and what you let in. Taking back control of your life means reclaiming all the spaces where you've unnecessarily compromised. It's about creating distance, redefining your expectations, and prioritizing your inner peace. This is not about belittling yourself or hardening your heart. It's an act of self-respect. When you refocus your life's energy, you liberate both yourself and others. You no longer give them the chance to define you. Instead, you become the ruler of your own existence. When you feel like a harbor accessible to everyone, you become trapped in a cycle that drains your spirit. As long as you remain an open door, no one values the act of knocking. Everything you give turns into an unnoticed abundance, serving only to increase their comfort. In trying to prove yourself, you lose the inherent worth you already possess. But this is nothing more than an unwinnable game. Stopping is the only way to rediscover your light. People around you only truly value what is not easily accessible. When you are always present, it becomes impossible for them to appreciate your worth. The more you give, the more you neglect not only their attention, but also your own inner peace. This is why stepping back is not a defeat. It is an awakening. Choosing to withdraw is a powerful step towards bringing balance to your life. It allows you to recognize your own value and reminds you that your presence is not just a tool to be utilized only when needed. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the perfect time to share it. By clicking the Super Thanks button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more, you can help spread God's blessings. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but also the souls of many through this platform. In God's grand design, each of you holds a sacred place, and your generosity will become the fruit of our prayers. Act now, share your blessings to glorify His kingdom, for you were created to accomplish even greater works in His loving hands. May God bless you. The power of maintaining distance is not merely a barrier, but also an invitation. This space creates an opportunity for others to reassess their actions. Your silence is not a void. It is a reconstructed foundation. When you stop chasing after them, You allow them to feel the impact of your absence. This demands that they take new responsibility in their relationship with you. Facing their indifference becomes a transformation journey, not only for you, but also for them. Continuing to sacrifice yourself for someone else's indifference only harms you. Instead, redirecting your energy toward your own growth becomes a source of inner strength and sends a powerful message to those around you. This is not an act of punishment, but a confident decision. If someone fails to see your value, it is not your responsibility to change them. The void you leave becomes a mirror they must confront, and in this process, you reclaim control over your own reality. At that point, what they gain or lose is their concern, not yours. Some people are drawn to you, others admire you, and some are unsettled by you. They sense a depth they cannot define, perhaps seeing a reflection of something missing within themselves. Their reaction to you often stems from their own fears of confronting that emptiness. You carry an unshakable resolve, a rare courage, and this can intimidate some. Attempts to question or diminish you are often silent acknowledgments of the power you hold. Every challenge you encounter becomes a building block that strengthens you rather than weakens you. These trials arise only to enhance your resilience. The fact that the world will not always understand you and may even sometimes misinterpret you is not a mark of loneliness, but rather a profound truth of protection. Like an unseen shield, there is a force that guards you against negative energies. This protection does not merely keep you safe from challenges or adversaries. It also strengthens your resolve with every obstacle you face. With every choice you make and every breath you take, there is a quiet but powerful guidance accompanying you. This force not only shields you, but also transforms each challenge into an opportunity, elevating your inner journey to a deeper level. Every trial not only tests you, but also reminds you of your potential. Obstacles are not meant to crush you. They are here to shape you and align you with your true purpose. Every effort to dull your shine only enhances your inner resilience and strengthens the brilliance of your path. These challenges are not meant to stop you. They are doors that encourage you to move beyond your own limitations. If you feel weighed down by the burdens you carry, know that you are not alone. Creating a space where you can discover your inner strength is fundamental to spiritual growth. Being part of a community that truly understands you and supports your journey makes this path even more meaningful. Every step you take is part of your story, and it is your will alone that will shape this narrative. Throughout your journey, only you hold the power to decide. The true voice of your story is your own. For a long time, you waited to see your worth reflected in the eyes of others. You hoped your value would be validated through their words or acceptance. But true power lies in breaking free from this waiting and refusing to mold yourself to fit others' perceptions. When you realize that you are the author of your story and the source of its strength, you no longer need others to define your boundaries. You no longer have to diminish yourself to meet others' expectations. You have the power to break the molds imposed upon you and freely express who you truly are. No one else can shape your journey for you. When you surrender your power to others, you also hand them control over your life. As long as you rely on their approval, opinions, or validation, you will remain a supporting character in their story. But the moment you stop seeking value in their eyes, you become the true owner of your life. Every time you stop waiting and step out for yourself, you take another step closer to your truth. By following your inner compass, Without needing external guidance, every step you take leads you to the center of your own reality. Taking ownership of your life means stepping out of the roles others have written for you and reclaiming your stage. It is about shifting the center of gravity in your life away from others' opinions and priorities and toward your own passions and dreams. When you realize that the choices that leave a mark on your life can only be made by you, every step becomes not an act of resistance, but a declaration of freedom. By choosing to chart your own course instead of conforming to others' expectations, you cease to be someone left behind and instead become a guiding light. This journey requires bravery, letting go of old ties and allowing every step to lead you to a stronger version of yourself. Every boundary, every decision, every new beginning serves as a reminder to the world that you are the sole author of your story. This story is yours. It will not be shaped by others' observations or expectations, but by your desires and vision. Take the pen in your hand, write your own lines boldly, and move forward as the true hero of your narrative. From now on, those who choose to watch can only be spectators. No one can dictate the course of your story. Unless you learn to stand firmly in your own weight, you will become a source that constantly pours energy outward. Every time you strive to fix something, every time you make yourself readily available in hopes that someone will notice you, you inadvertently undermine your own worth. This behavior makes others see you as a perpetually accessible option. But the time has come to stop and redraw the boundaries of your presence. Like guarding an inner treasure that not everyone needs to see, you must learn to preserve your energy for yourself. Let those who need to notice feel the void left by your absence. Instead of pouring all your energy into seeking others' attention, redirect that focus inward, and true transformation begins. Silence is not about diminishing your presence, but strengthening it. When you turn inward, actions speak louder than words. Every moment you keep what belongs to you away from the outside world, you grow stronger. You don't need to reveal every plan or every thought. The more secrets you keep, the deeper and more unreachable you become. Stop laying all your cards on the table just to be noticed. Mystery is one of the most powerful ways to draw attention. Dear brothers and sisters, may the peace of God be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is rooted in God's divine plan, untouched by the fleeting worries of this world. As the Bible says, whoever sows generously will also reap generously. 2 Corinthians 9:6. Like the mighty oak tree, our roots are deeply anchored in the universal truth of God. Every step we take and every stance we hold is secured by His strength. Now, you have the opportunity to be part of this blessing. By clicking the Super Thanks button and donating $100, this act will return to you 100-fold in abundance. Time is the most precious asset you have, and instead of allowing others to control it, you must use it for your growth. Rather than living in a cycle that depletes you, fill your life with moments that nourish, renew, and empower you. You should be in control of your schedule, steering away from draining habits and making choices that replenish your energy. Managing your time consciously not only shapes your life, but also defines who you are. Every moment you spend getting to know and love yourself strips away the power others might have had to define you. When you realize your own worth, no one can treat you as an expendable resource. Your life will no longer be confined by others' expectations. Instead, it will thrive in a structure that you alone design. This is neither a silent retreat nor an act of defiance. It is a decision to rise fully aware of your own power. No one needs to complete you because you are already whole. You do not require another source to reflect your light onto the world. You are the source. Once you embrace what is inherently yours, the balance shifts and you become the center of your own life. The boundaries you set define your value and communicate to the world who you are and what you deserve. When you settle for less, you signal to others that these boundaries can be easily crossed. Every step back and every silent acceptance invites others to believe you will be content with less. But remember this: the less you accept, the less they will think you deserve. Keeping your boundaries firm is not a luxury. It is a necessity. It is a decision to stop ignoring your worth for the comfort of others. Sacrificing yourself should never be the price of their happiness. Instead, protecting and honoring yourself is the cornerstone of self-respect. Every compromise carries a loss. Accepting the bare minimum teaches others that you will bend to meet their expectations. Yet the value you deserve is not something others can easily reshape. It is a solid stance that comes from within you. When you establish your own standards, you are not merely setting boundaries. You are building a fortress that keeps you safe from those who drain you. Denying access to those who do not understand, value, or care for you preserves the balance of both your soul and your life. Rejecting anything less than what you deserve is not an act of rebellion, but a profound commitment to yourself. It reminds people of the necessity to rise to your level. If they are unwilling to make that effort, it's essential to recognize that they have no place in your life. This is not exclusion. It is a standard of living that reflects the respect you hold for yourself. Inviting those who underestimate you into your life only adds unnecessary burdens. Instead, surround yourself with those willing to grow and walk beside you. Your true worth is revealed in the efforts of those who value you enough to strive for connection. Keeping your standards high means learning to say no and refusing to let your light be dimmed by others. These standards act as a compass, guiding your life and keeping you on the right path. Asking for more is not a demand, but a reminder of what is rightfully yours. When you refuse to lower yourself, you discover that life must adjust to meet your level. That is when only those who share your vision choose to walk alongside you. Your strong stance attracts the right people while distancing you from those who drain your energy. Every decision and every boundary you set strengthens your foundation, making you more resolute and focused. Your value is redefined with every step, and this creates the undeniable sense of standing firmly at the center of your own life. The Lord is the God of peace. His peace surpasses all understanding. Philippians 4:7. Dear friends, these sacred words remind us of the power of the divine shield that protects your spirit. Each of you is a masterpiece, carefully shaped by God's hands. Just as a potter works meticulously to mold clay into a work of art, so too does God guide, protect, and build you according to His holy purpose. Your inner silence is the deepest part of this divine creation. Through it, you stand firm against the noise of the world. This silence is not a retreat, but an elevation. When the noise of the crowd tries to reach you, this silence lifts your spirit to the peak of a mountain. It forms a shield against those who attempt to invade your thoughts or challenge your presence. You owe no one an explanation because your strength lies in the plan God has set for you. Responding to those who do not understand you only gives them unwarranted authority over your life. Understand this. Silence is not weakness. It is the clearest sign of a soul standing firm on a solid foundation. Your silence is one of the most powerful ways to surrender completely to God's plan. Every quiet moment deepens your spirit and elevates your purpose. This is not a withdrawal, it is a reclamation of control. The space you create for yourself is as strong as a fortress, leaving no room for doubt about who you are. By refusing to respond to others' demands, you strip them of any perceived authority over you. This is a reflection of your divine identity. Living in alignment with God's plan renders others' attempts to shape or control you meaningless. No human interference can rewrite the divine story written for you. Stand in the depth of your silence, knowing it is a declaration of peace. No one can shake you, for a soul standing under God's protection is untouchable. This silence not only shields you, but also shapes the world around you. It is an invitation for others to recognize God's power in your steadfastness. Their journey is not your responsibility. You are tasked only with guarding what is yours, the strength God has entrusted to you. Every silent moment is like a prayer, strengthening the peace God has bestowed upon you. And that peace will not only protect you, but will elevate you beyond all human interference. Dear friends, a source of light does not need to explain itself to the darkness. God created you as a light, and this light shines without the need for justification. Every day, there is a divine power guiding you to strengthen this light further. Silence is the gate that protects this light. Anyone who attempts to open this gate must first confront their own intentions. The peace given by God is stronger than any noise. When you rest in that peace, no one can hold the key to disrupt your tranquility. Your silence is one of the most powerful ways to fully surrender to God's plan. Each moment of stillness strengthens your spirit and elevates your power. This is not about retreating, it is about taking complete control. The space you carve out for yourself is as strong as a fortress, leaving no room for doubt about who you are. Refusing to answer others' demands eliminates any perceived authority they believe they hold over you. This is a reflection of your divine identity. You are not a person who needs to justify their existence with explanations. When others fail to understand you, they can wait to comprehend, but this does not grant them any right or privilege. Silence is the simplest way to discern who is not on the same frequency as you. It preserves your energy and keeps you from wasting your attention on unnecessary distractions. Let them wonder, but never let them think they can take the reins of your life. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that is perfectly fine. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. Psalm 23, 1-2. Dear friends, these sacred words remind us of the role silence plays in our journey to inner peace under God's guidance. Silence is not a retreat. It is a season where the Lord leads you to green pastures, renews your soul, and acquaints you with your inner strength. God pulls you away from the chaos of challenges and builds a fortress in the depths of your soul. That fortress cannot be shaken by winds or storms. Silence is the foundation of this fortress, crafted by the hands of the Lord. Strength matures in silence. Silence acts as a shield against any outside attempts to mold you into something you are not. It is not a pause, but a divine process of reconstruction. With God's guidance, this silence reminds you of who you truly are and gives you the power to honor yourself, free from the opinions of others. In moments of silence, you are liberated from the need to explain or seek understanding. This is not merely a defense mechanism, it is a way to trust in God's plan and focus fully on your journey. Picture this: a carpenter patiently places every nail to build a boat. Silence is what allows you to sit in that boat and sail toward calm waters. God's hands are upon you during this process. It is not a journey that everyone will understand. What matters most is that through this journey, you discover who you are, where you are meant to go, and whose guidance you trust. In this process, you shift your focus to your own growth and stop living according to the thoughts of others. When God gives you light, that light is not defined by the expectations of others, but by His plan for you. In the quiet, you can see the path He has laid out for you more clearly. This path is paved not with human judgments, but with God's love and wisdom. The Lord leads you according to His holy plan. Every moment of silence is part of a building process. Like a mighty oak tree growing stronger in stillness, your soul also grows deeper roots in this silence. Silence is not a pause. It is a time of renewal and shaping. During this time, God's voice becomes more distinct. Many may try to tell you how to live, but the true path is the one God whispers to you. When you stop reacting to the evaluations of others, you embrace the freedom God has granted you. This freedom is a covenant between you and God alone. You know that you are valuable in His eyes, and with this knowledge comes a confidence that propels you forward. Remaining silent is not weakness. It is a sign of standing firm in God's plan, waiting and building a strong foundation. Dear friends, silence under God's guidance is a gift. It is a rebirth away from the chaos of the world and within His peace. You are His chosen ones, sacred pieces of His divine plan. Therefore, see your silence not as a burden, but as a gift through which God speaks to you. Every quiet moment is a time when He prepares you for greater works. Walk in His light, stand firm in silence, and surrender to God's plan. True strength lies in being remade in His hands and moving forward on your path with confidence. Saying no is a declaration of freedom. These two letters, though small, are the strongest indication that you are not dependent on anyone. Every no you say loudly proclaims to the world that you are the guardian of your own boundaries and values. When you say no, do not feel guilt. Instead, recognize how this stance strengthens you even further. Expressing yourself is not about pleasing others. It is about building your own reality. In this journey, every decision you make becomes a concrete testament to your worth, a worth that rises far above the expectations of others. No one has the right to shape your life, control your time, or drain the energy of your soul. The boundaries you set not only protect your inner world, but also carry a powerful message about who you are. When you take control of your own decisions, these boundaries become not barriers, but foundations that strengthen you against external influences. By maintaining your silence, you thwart others' attempts to direct your life. You are not someone to be molded by others' approval or intervention. The foundation of your existence rests entirely on your values and goals. When you take charge of your own decisions, you leave behind the obligation to respond to others' demands. Eliminating the need to explain yourself shifts the power dynamics in your life. No one can claim authority over your will because your true strength lies far beyond their reach. By resisting outside interference, you maintain your peace and resolve, firmly holding control over your life. No one can shake you or turn their assumptions about you into reality. Emotional freedom completely disables others' attempts to shape you. Once you no longer feel the need to adapt to their emotional tides, you become the source of your own peace. This is the clearest expression of reclaiming yourself. The efforts of those who try to define you will fail because your boundaries are impenetrable to manipulation. Whatever others may do, you remain steadfast in your decisions and emotions. Taking responsibility for your own happiness makes every external attempt to interfere unnecessary. You are not a player in someone else's games. When you define your joy and strength by your own standards, you stand unshaken in the face of others' judgments or manipulations. Every decision you make is proof of your ability to define your own path. Your emotional independence is not just a stance. It is a fortress built to counter any attempt by others to establish control over you. Once you solidify this fortress, no storm from the outside can touch you. Others may try to push you, but you remain unmoved, redefining your presence with determination. This stance is the clearest indicator that true freedom and control rest entirely in your hands. You know your worth and remain loyal to it. You do not allow anyone to drain you, overstep your boundaries, or dictate the flow of your life. You possess a will strong enough not to rely on others' validation. You remain at the center of your life and never abandon this position under any circumstances. Those who seek to capture your attention or manipulate you step back in the face of your inner strength. Because you are someone who knows who you are and never compromises your value. Your peace remains with you, deeply rooted where no one else can reach. Now is the perfect time to click the Super Thanks button on YouTube and share God's blessings. By contributing $100 or more, you can be a part of His divine mission and make a meaningful impact on His plan. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you multiplied beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and abundance are with you in every step and every gift. You become a part of His divine plan. You are a strong and radiant being, unshakable like His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and light up the world with this trust and courage. Be blessed, and may the Lord's light guide your path. Rather than seeking, you become a force that attracts. Your inner light is bright enough to need no external validation. Your value is independent of others' observations. It is fixed, unwavering, and wholly yours. The moment you stop chasing, what truly belongs to you begins to find its way into your life. You are not in a pursuit of worth to be earned. Your energy is already sufficient to draw the right people and opportunities to you. Preserving your space and energy is not merely a stance, but a clear declaration of the respect you hold for yourself. Letting go of unnecessary burdens is the most powerful step forward. Release anything that limits you or doesn't align with your journey. This is not a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of wisdom. When you clear your inner world of chaos, you live in complete harmony with the truth of who you are. Not everyone needs to accompany you. Those who are not on the same frequency cannot remain in your presence. Those who truly see you will naturally stand by your side. This is not a pursuit, but a mutual attraction. Living life on your own terms begins with fully understanding who you are and what you deserve. You are not incomplete, waiting for someone to come and make you whole. On the contrary, you live with an awareness of who you are and the strength you possess. When you direct your energy correctly, nothing that doesn't belong on your path can slow you down. This is a manifestation of growth and progress without dependence on others' opinions. Being aware of your own worth frees you from every dependency that holds you back. Every action you take honors who you are and lifts you higher than before. You move forward without feeling the need to explain yourself to anyone. Those who are willing to walk the same path will already reach you because your light naturally draws them in. This is a true embrace of your power. Every moment you live in alignment with yourself, you continue to write your own story. This story becomes a manifesto of a life that bows to no one, a life entirely your own. Your path shines with this brilliance, and those who are worthy will join you.